Start with a cylinder. I originally thought like what I've done in the past is you can take the like a part of your pants or part of the actual mesh and then just shift D that and then take this very bottom vertice edge and expand that, add some control R, and then you know what I mean. But I think that cylinder's best. I really do actually. So we're gonna just sculpt that towards the body to make it look like a skirt. So control R and just add a bunch of loops, and we're gonna make that smaller, bring that up, and it's actually easier to make it like the waist, make it the waist size. This one I'll have a little bit more of like a higher waist, I think. And then let's make this like that. And then just go to sculpt mode and then just bring that out. Just make sure you are on X mirror. I'm just clicking on shift to smooth that. It's pretty good. I kind of like when it's sort of a little bit lower because that makes more sense with gravity. It doesn't have to be perfect. We can always make some adjustments later. So one really cool thing that I have noticed is, I wonder if this will work. Okay. And you can always, you know what, I'm going to shift D. I'm going to make a duplicate of that. So I am going to, these pants are super low poly. So I'm going to make these, I don't know, do I want to make them? I'm going to make them a collision object, and then I'm going to make this bigger just for the moment. And I'm going to shade smooth. This is kind of like a test here. And then we're going to go and add a cloth simulation, and we're just going to press spacebar. Oh, that's kind of nice. You see how it kind of interacts with the mesh a little bit? It's not too bad. Just a little bit. It doesn't have, I want this on the front. We want more, let's go control R here and control R here and maybe here. And then let's go back to the beginning and press spacebar again. That's a little better. You see how it kind of wrinkles? Like that's, I like that. Maybe even a little more. Let's add 2 more. Okay, we're really switching it up here. This is not normally what I do. So yes, I love that. All right, so now we will go and we're going to accept that cloth modifier. We're going to go back into, this is just an extra step. You don't have to add this. Oh, we forgot. We forgot to scale it. Control A, scale. Okay, so now we are going to make that smaller. The reason I made it bigger is because it just works better. Works a little better. And I like this method because that's the only problem now, is that now it's so low. It just kind of does the sculpting. The cloth does the kind of sculpting for you, but now we have to kind of go back and do this. So that's kind of annoying, but I think that looks really good though. You know what I mean? Like that looks like you could use that as like a short skirt and then just like extrude up, extrude with the waist, and you have a really, I'm gonna save this. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, let's go back to object. I'm going to maybe use that one day. All right. So now this is going to be our actual skirt. We can bring that back down where the waist is. So let's go A. We need to make a group. You're going to assign that, call that group freeze. Now we're going to go here. We're going to go and extrude that just a little bit. And we want to make sure click control 3 and then shift control, and we want to remove that. So now we're going to take this to shift control and we're going to make that bigger. This is going to be the mermaid skirt. That's where all of the fun stuff happens. I need to fix this a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to press 7 on the number pad and I'm going to shape this so that it looks like a mermaid skirt. So we're going to have a nice long trail at the end here. And yeah, we're going to do that. So we're going to select that and we're going to go H. We're going to hide that because I want to take some of these. Oh, wait, what the heck happened there? Okay, that's fine. I just want the skirt to not be affected here. So I'm going to click on 7 again and I can already see that it's going to be too short in the front. So I'm just going to bring that out a little bit. And then if you notice, the sides of the skirts are kind of a little bit shorter. And another thing that I just discovered is like, why is this not working? You want some more wrinkles. Here. You want a lot of drape here. Oops, let's do both of these. So then I'm just, is that actually, no, that's not equal. Bring these down a little. And we can even do that at the back a little bit. And I mean, it doesn't have to be perfectly mirrored, but you might as well, right? So this is just like how we do drapes, right? You bring that down a little bit. And then we're going to go back to our object and we're going to press spacebar. And then did we forget to put the cloth? Yes, we forgot to put another cloth. I forgot to put another cloth. Okay. And then now you can see the whole skirt is moving, which we don't want because we like the shape. So we're going to go back down here and we're going to choose quality as 4. And we want to find that group under our, let's bring the self-occlusion distance down to 0 and then distance down to 0. That makes a big difference. Okay, so under shape, pin group, we're going to choose this, freeze. Look, you see how it's all crinkly and we get lots of beautiful drape. And so that's it. That's the, no, I'm just kidding. Okay, so it's almost done. But what we need to do is we need to go Control 2. And now this is where you're going to add a lot of geometry. It's going to be an extremely dense mesh, but watch this. Look how nice this looks. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's kind of like say if you want like a taffeta, like a very thick. But if you want silk, then you can bring your subdivision first. And look at that. It's even more fabricy looking. And we could even add one more and it will look it should look nicer. Yeah, that looks a lot better. See all of the folds now? So this is super crazy dense. It's so slow. So slow. So you can see how this is where things just get a little crazy. It's just so much more realistic here compared to here. So then when you sculpt it, that's just becomes kind of problematic. And I just thought of something else that we could do. Anyways, hopefully that kind of helps you out a little bit. And then one thing that you want to do is I'm just going to, hopefully I'm not over time here. I don't know how long of a story I can make. I think I can. Maybe I'll just make this a video. Okay. I'm going to click on Alt H and we need to make the waistband. So E, S, just a little, because we want it to look curved still, and then E and Z just a bit. And then you can even S just a bit. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. And then if you're like, but it still doesn't, and you can go here, and then you can go Control B and scroll once, and then you can take this and make that little spot, and then we have a nice, beautiful waistband. That's pretty cool. If you want a waistband, that actually kind of sells out a little bit more. And so then when we go to, let's just pretend that we are accepting it. So if we go to our sculpt, and take off the X here, and then oh, look at this. Oh, this looks nice. Wow. Okay. Oh. Wow. Okay. So experiment with these. I think this is the main one. Oh, that looks really cool, actually. Let's bring the strength down a little bit. Well, that will need a little work, but I've definitely used this brush and you can make it work. You just have to kind of, oh, you know what? Let's make it bigger. Yeah, that's better. Yes. So exciting. I love this brush. Look at that. It actually looks like wrinkles. That's pretty cool. Kind of. What's this one? Okay, I think this is going to be the winner here. Yeah, that's nice. But what if I wanted to go the other way? I don't know. It's not too bad though. So, yeah, that's it. And then make sure that you accept the skirt before you accept like the cloth when you are happy with it. But if you really want that mermaidy look, you're gonna need a lot of subdivision levels before the cloth modifier, and could probably add, I think this is why this isn't really, oh, that's definitely why we need to add way more lines there, and that should help a bit. don't like how this, see how that bubbles? Not really a fan of that. Let's remove that. Okay, let's see what happens here. I think that's, oh yeah, I think that's gonna look better. I got some weird kind of stuff going on here. That's pretty cool though. You can easily just smooth that out. And some of these are a little too sharp. They need to smooth out too, but yeah, I kind of like that. Oh, you know what I just realized is I didn't make it long enough. This is just kind of the shape of skirt that I like. I'm sorry. So if you want to be a little bit more mermaidy, then here. But anyways, that's it. Okay, bye.